Hello there. We want you to take a moment and think about your morning routine. You wake up, perhaps your back is a little stiff, your joints a little creaky. You head to the kitchen, pour a glass of water, and you reach into the medicine cabinet. You pull out a few bottles, the little pills you take every day to protect your health. One for your bones, one for your heart, maybe one for your memory. You feel responsible. You feel like you're doing the right thing. But what if we told you that one of those small, seemingly harmless habits could be silently raising your risk of a stroke while you sleep? If you're over 60, this is a conversation we need to have. It's one of the most important conversations you might have about your health this year. We're speaking to you today as brain health experts. And in our years of practice, we've seen far too many older adults have their lives turned upside down in an instant. No warning, no pain. Just one moment you're fine, enjoying your retirement, planning a trip to see the grandkids, and the next, you can't lift your arm, your speech is slurred, or your balance is gone. A life forever changed in the blink of an eye. And here's the part that truly breaks our hearts so often. This tragedy isn't caused by the usual suspects. It's not always because of a lifetime of smoking, a poor diet, or a lack of exercise. It's because of something they thought was helping. Vitamins. Yes, really, vitamins. Every single day, millions of American seniors just like you take supplements. You spend your hard-earned money on them, hoping to protect your bones, boost your energy, or keep your memory sharp. And while many vitamins are essential, and many supplements do help when used correctly, some, especially in high doses or taken at the wrong time, can quietly, secretly put your brain in grave danger. This isn't about fear. This is about knowledge, because knowledge is power, and at this stage of your life, having the right information is the most powerful tool you have to protect your health and your independence. Today, we want to walk you through a subject that is almost never discussed in the doctor's office. We're going to talk about the 5 common vitamins that can potentially increase your risk of stroke, brain bleeds, or dangerous blood pressure spikes, especially during those vulnerable early morning hours while you sleep. If you have ever taken vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin B6, vitamin A, or niacin, then this information might just be the most important thing you read this year. It might just save your life, or the life of someone you love. Before we start pointing fingers at specific vitamins, we need to understand why this conversation is so critical for anyone over 60. You know your body has changed. You can feel it in your knees when you climb the stairs or see it in the mirror. But the most important changes are the ones you can't see. These are the changes happening deep inside your body that affect how you process everything you consume. From a piece of toast to a high-dose vitamin pill. Think of your body like a sophisticated factory. When you were 30, that factory was brand new. The machinery was efficient, the filtration systems were top-notch, and everything ran at peak capacity. Now, several decades later, that factory is still running and doing a fantastic job. But some of the machinery has slowed down. It requires more careful maintenance. Let's look at 2 key departments in your body's factory: the liver and the kidneys. Your liver is the body's primary processing plant. When you swallow a pill, it eventually travels to your liver, which breaks it down, decides what to do with it, and packages it up for use by the rest of your body. In our youth, the liver is incredibly robust. It can handle a lot. But as we age, 2 things happen. First, the blood flow to the liver can decrease. Think of it like a reduction in the number of delivery trucks bringing raw materials to the factory. Second, the liver cells themselves can become less efficient at their jobs. This means the process of breaking down substances, a process called metabolism, slows down. What does this mean for supplements? A dose of a vitamin that a 30-year-old's liver could process and clear in a few hours might linger in a 70-year-old system for much, much longer. This allows the substance to build up over time, day after day, until it reaches levels that can become toxic. The safe dose you see on the bottle may not be safe for your factory anymore. After your liver processes things, your kidneys are responsible for filtering your blood and getting rid of any waste products or excess substances through your urine. They are the factory's quality control and waste management department. Just like the liver, kidney function naturally declines with age. The tiny, delicate filtering units in the kidneys, called nephrons, can get damaged or simply wear out over time. This is especially important for what we call water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin B6 and niacin. In a younger person, if you take too much, the kidneys efficiently flush out what you don't need. But in an older adult with reduced kidney function, that flushing system is slower. The excess vitamins aren't removed as quickly, and they can start to build up in the blood, causing the very problems we're about to discuss. Think of it like a kitchen sink. When the drain is clear, any extra water flows away instantly. But if the drain is partially clogged, like with aging kidneys, the water level can rise dangerously high, even if you're just running the tap at a normal rate. When you put all this together, slower liver metabolism, reduced kidney filtration, and often a combination of other health conditions and prescription medications, it means that your body's margin for error is much smaller than it used to be. You can no longer assume that more is better. In fact, for seniors, the opposite is often true. Less is more. Your body is now a finely tuned instrument. It needs nutrients in careful, balanced amounts, preferably from the source it understands best. Real food. This isn't a story of decline, it's a story of wisdom. It's about understanding your body as it is today and treating it with the respect and care it deserves. A quick question before we continue. Now that we understand why our bodies handle supplements differently as we age, we're about to dive into the 5 specific vitamins that can cause problems. Before we do, we'd love to know what you're thinking. Does this information surprise you, or is it something you've suspected for a while? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Hearing from you helps us create content that truly serves your needs. And if you believe this is vital information that more seniors need to hear, please take a moment to like this video and share it with your friends, family, or any groups you're a part of. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Every click helps us continue our mission to bring honest, science-backed health knowledge to the people who need it most. Okay, let's get into the first and most surprising vitamin on our list. Let's start with the most surprising one of all, vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. You've probably heard that it's good for your bones, your mood, and your immune system, and that's all true in moderation. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at making vitamin D, and deficiency is a real problem. But here's something most seniors are never told. Too much vitamin D can quietly set the stage for a stroke. We know that sounds shocking, but we've seen it happen. Let us tell you about Mr. George Peterson. He was a 74-year-old retired teacher, a sharp man who took his health seriously. Worried about preventing falls, he took a 10,000 international unit vitamin D capsule every morning, believing he was doing the most responsible thing to protect his bones. What he didn't realize was that this simple routine was pushing his body toward disaster. One morning, his wife found him confused and unable to speak clearly. His right arm hung limp. He had suffered a major stroke overnight. At the hospital, his lab work revealed the shocking culprit, vitamin D toxicity, which had caused dangerously high calcium levels in his blood. The science made simple. The calcium traffic jam. How does a bone vitamin cause a stroke? Vitamin D's main job is to help your body absorb calcium. But when you take massive doses, you put calcium absorption into overdrive. Your blood becomes flooded with it, a condition called hypercalcemia. And your body starts to deposit this extra calcium where it doesn't belong, in your arteries. This excess calcium acts like cement, causing your soft, flexible arteries to become hard and stiff. Hardened arteries can cause blood pressure to skyrocket and create rough, damaged surfaces where blood clots are much more likely to form. Add in a bit of dehydration overnight, which is common in seniors, and you've created a perfect storm for a blood clot to form and travel straight to your brain. What you need to know: check your dose. Many supplements contain risky high doses like 5,000 or 10,000 international unit. For most seniors, a maintenance dose of 800 to 2,000 international unit is plenty, and only if a deficiency is confirmed. Get tested. Don't guess. Ask your doctor for a simple blood test called a 25-hydroxy vitamin D test to know your exact level. The target range for most people is between 30 and 50 ng/ml. Time it right. Always take vitamin D in the morning with a meal that contains some healthy fat like avocado or nuts. To help absorption, not before bed. The vitamin K2 connection. Think of vitamin D as the delivery truck for calcium and vitamin K2 as the GPS. Without enough K2, the calcium gets dropped off in your arteries instead of your bones. Let us say this as clearly as we can. If you are taking vitamin D, especially along with a calcium supplement, it is absolutely crucial to get your blood levels checked and discuss the proper dosage with your doctor. If the idea of a blood clot was unsettling, we need to discuss a vitamin often praised as a heart helper that can lead to something even more dangerous, a bleed inside your brain. Let's talk about vitamin E. Many people over 60 take vitamin E hoping it will support their heart and improve circulation. But here is the warning that is rarely highlighted. Too much vitamin E, especially when combined with common medications, can dramatically increase your risk of a hemorrhagic stroke. Let us share the story of Mrs. Eleanor Vance, an 81-year-old retired librarian. She was on the common blood thinner warfarin to manage a heart condition. Her health was stable. After seeing an advertisement in a magazine, she began taking an 800 international unit vitamin E supplement, hoping it would help her circulation. 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the emergency room with a severe headache and confusion. A brain scan revealed a devastating hemorrhagic stroke. It wasn't caused by a fall or high blood pressure. The cause was the combination of her prescribed warfarin and the high-dose vitamin E, which had made her blood too thin to clot. The science made simple, a double-edged sword. How does this happen? High-dose vitamin E works as a natural blood thinner, an anticoagulant. This becomes incredibly dangerous when you stack it on top of other medications or supplements that do the same thing. Think of your blood's ability to clot as the brake pedal in your car. A prescribed blood thinner like warfarin or even a daily aspirin is like pressing that pedal partway down, a controlled, necessary action. Adding high-dose vitamin E on top is like stomping on the pedal with both feet. Your body completely loses its ability to stop even a tiny internal leak, which can be catastrophic inside the delicate environment of the brain. What you need to know: dose makes the poison. The recommended daily intake of vitamin E is only about 22 international unit, an amount easily found in a handful of almond or sunflower seeds. Supplements, however, often contain 400, 800, or even 1,000 international unit. These are powerful drug-like doses, not nutritional ones. The medication red flag. This is the most important warning. If you take any medication or supplement that affects bleeding, high-dose vitamin E can be extremely dangerous. This includes prescription blood thinners, warfarin, Eliquis, Xarelto, Pradaxa. Antiplatelet drugs, aspirin, Plavix. Other supplements like ginkgo biloba or high-dose fish oil. Mrs. Vance survived but was never the same. Her words are a haunting reminder. I just wanted to help myself. I didn't know I was doing harm. Her story is a powerful lesson that natural is not always safe, especially when combined with prescription medication. Now let's turn to a vitamin found in many brain booster and nerve health formulas. Here's the cruel irony. In high doses, this very vitamin can quietly damage your nerves, sometimes permanently. Let's talk about vitamin B6. This vitamin is often marketed to help with energy and nerve function, but taking too much can cause a debilitating condition called peripheral neuropathy. Consider the story of Mr. Arthur Schmidt, a 76-year-old retired truck driver. He came to us with numbness in his feet, tingling hands, and a balance so poor that he'd started falling. The cause wasn't just age. For over a year, he'd been taking a nerve support formula he bought online. The label revealed a shocking 100 milligram of B6 per tablet, and he was taking 2 a day. He was consuming over 100 times the amount his body actually needed. The science made simple, stripping the wires. How can a nerve vitamin destroy nerves? Unlike some vitamins that get flushed out, B6 can build up in your system, and high levels are directly toxic to the protective coating around your nerves, the myelin sheath. Think of it like stripping the insulation off an electrical wire. The nerve signals from your brain get scrambled, leading to the very symptoms people are trying to prevent: numbness, tingling, severe balance problems, and muscle weakness. Tragically, many people mistake these symptoms for arthritis or aging, never suspecting the supplement they take faithfully every morning is the cause. What you need to know: the dose makes the poison. Your body only needs about 1.5 to 1.7 milligram of B6 per day, an amount easily found in foods like chicken, bananas, or chickpeas. The real danger lies in supplements, especially nerve, brain, or B-complex formulas that contain massive, unnecessary doses like 50 milligram or 100 milligram. Listen to your body. If you are taking a high-dose B vitamin and notice new or worsening numbness, tingling, or balance issues, do not dismiss it as old age. This is a critical warning sign. Stop taking the supplement and talk to your doctor immediately. Mr. Schmidt was lucky. The damage stopped progressing once he stopped the supplement. But he still needs a cane to walk. He told us, "I just wanted to protect my brain. I didn't realize I was poisoning it." His story is a critical warning to always read the fine print on the back of the bottle. You've likely heard that vitamin A is essential for good eyesight. But what almost no one tells you, especially if you're over 60, is that too much of it can build up and dangerously increase the pressure inside your skull, mimicking a brain tumor. This condition is rare, but we've seen it and it's devastating. Let us tell you about Ms. Clara Hayes, a 79-year-old retired piano teacher. She started getting persistent headaches, blurred vision, and even slurred speech. Her family feared a stroke, but hospital scans revealed something different: elevated intracranial pressure, or too much pressure inside her brain. The cause was vitamin A toxicity from a high-dose skin and eye supplement she had taken daily for over 5 years. The science made simple: the fat-soluble problem. How does this happen? Vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means your body stores the excess in your liver and fatty tissues, instead of easily flushing it out like it does with vitamin C or B. As we age and our liver function slows, this buildup can happen even faster. Over time, this accumulation can lead to a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, false brain tumor. The increased pressure inside the skull causes severe headaches, vision problems, dizziness, and nausea, all of which can be mistaken for a stroke or actual tumor. If left untreated, it can lead to permanent vision loss. What you need to know: check the form and dose. When reading labels, look for the safe form, beta-carotene, which comes from plants like carrots and sweet potatoes. The real risk comes from high doses of preformed vitamin A, often listed as retinol palmitate. The safe upper limit for seniors is about 3,000 international unit daily, yet many supplements contain 5,000, 10,000 international unit or more. Beware of stacking. Be very careful not to stack doses by taking a multivitamin and a separate eye or skin formula that both contain vitamin A. It's easy to consume a dangerous amount without realizing it. Ms. Hayes is now slowly recovering, but she requires ongoing therapy as a direct consequence of a supplement she thought was helping her stay independent. Her story is a crucial reminder to understand not just the vitamin, but the form and the dose you are taking. Let's talk about our final vitamin, niacin B3, often recommended as a natural way to lower cholesterol. While it can have this effect, the high doses required can cause dangerous swings in your blood pressure and, in some cases, even trigger a stroke. Consider the story of Mr. Samuel Jones, an 82-year-old retired postman. He came to us with strange symptoms: sudden hot flashes in his face, a pounding sensation in his chest, and recurring dizziness. The cause was a heart-healthy supplement he was taking, which contained a massive 1,000 mg of niacin per serving, and he took 2 a day. Eventually, this led to a transient ischemic attack, TIA, or a mini-stroke. The science made simple: the yo-yo effect. How does this happen? High-dose niacin causes a yo-yo effect on your blood vessels. 1. First, They rapidly expand, causing the well-known niacin flush where your skin feels hot and turns red. 2. Then, your body overcompensates, and the vessels snap back and constrict. This sudden tightening can cause your blood pressure to spike dangerously, putting immense stress on your heart and reducing blood flow to your brain. For an older adult with more fragile blood vessels, doing this day after day is like gambling with your health. What you need to know. Dose and supervision. Any dose of niacin above 50 mg per day should only be used under strict medical supervision due to risks to blood pressure, liver function, and blood sugar levels. Flush-free isn't risk-free. Be aware that flush-free versions of niacin still carry these serious internal risks. Even if you don't feel the uncomfortable skin flushing, check labels and talk to your doctor. Check all your B-complex and heart formulas for hidden high doses of niacin. The medical view on using high-dose niacin for cholesterol has changed significantly. Your doctor can discuss safer, more modern alternatives. Mr. Jones recovered with no permanent damage, but the experience was a terrifying wake-up call. As he told us, "I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." His story is a final, powerful reminder that even supplements once considered standard can carry hidden risks that are no longer worth taking. Now that we've walked through the 5 most common culprits, you might be looking at your vitamin shelf with new eyes. But the story doesn't end there. There are a few other common supplements that deserve an honorable mention in our discussion about safety for seniors. The calcium conundrum, too much of a good thing. For decades, older women in particular have been told one thing over and over: take calcium for your bones. It seems like the most logical advice in the world to prevent osteoporosis. But recent science has painted a much more complicated picture. The problem with taking big, isolated doses of calcium in pill form is the same issue we saw with vitamin D toxicity. Your body can get overwhelmed. When you swallow a 1000 mg calcium tablet, it creates a huge surge of calcium in your bloodstream all at once. Your body rushes to deal with it, and if it's not directed properly, it can end up being deposited in your arteries instead of your bones. This is the calcium paradox. The very supplement you're taking to strengthen your bones might be contributing to the hardening of your arteries, which increases your risk for heart attack and stroke. What you need to know: food first. The calcium you get from your diet is absorbed slowly and steadily. It doesn't create that dangerous surge. Excellent sources include dairy, yogurt, milk, cheese, fortified orange juice, sardines with the bones, and leafy greens like kale and broccoli. The power trio: if you absolutely must take a supplement, never take calcium alone. It needs its partners: vitamin D3 to help you absorb the calcium from your gut, vitamin K2 to direct that absorbed calcium into your bones and away from your arteries. Taking calcium without K2 is like having a delivery truck drop a pallet of bricks on your front lawn instead of bringing them to the construction site. Split your dose. If your doctor has recommended a calcium supplement, never take it all at once. Split the dose into 2 or 3 smaller amounts throughout the day to avoid that big, risky spike in your blood. The iron trap: why most seniors should avoid it. Iron is another one of those nutrients that is absolutely vital for life. It helps carry oxygen in your blood. But for most seniors, especially men and postmenopausal women, iron deficiency is rare. The much bigger and often undiagnosed danger is iron overload. Unlike other minerals, your body has no easy way to get rid of excess iron. It just keeps accumulating in your organs, particularly your liver, heart, and pancreas. Over time, this buildup can act like a slow-motion poison, generating massive oxidative stress. Think of it as internal rusting, and increasing the risk for liver disease, heart problems, and diabetes. What you need to know: don't supplement unless diagnosed. You should never, ever take an iron supplement unless your doctor has done a blood test, specifically a ferritin test, and confirmed that you have iron deficiency anemia. Check your multivitamin. This is the sneaky one. Many multivitamins, especially those not specifically formulated for seniors, silver formulas, contain iron. If you are over 50, you should actively look for a multivitamin that is iron-free. The vitamin C connection. Vitamin C dramatically increases the absorption of iron from your food. This is great if you're anemic, but not so great if your iron levels are already high. This is just another example of how nutrients interact in complex ways. Herbal roulette, St. John's wort, ginkgo, and more. The word natural on a bottle feels safe and reassuring. But when it comes to herbal supplements, natural can sometimes be a code word for unpredictable and unregulated. Many herbs have powerful, drug-like effects on the body, and their potential for dangerous interactions with prescription medications is enormous. Here are two common examples. St. John's wort. Often taken for mild depression, this herb is notorious for its interactions. It can speed up the liver's processing of other drugs, essentially making them less effective. This is a huge problem if you take critical medications like blood thinners, heart medications, or even birth control. It can literally cancel out the effect of the life-saving drug you're taking. Ginkgo biloba. Marketed for memory enhancement. Ginkgo has a blood-thinning effect. If you take it along with aspirin, warfarin, or even vitamin E, you could be setting yourself up for the same kind of bleeding risk we discussed with Mrs. Vance. The golden rule for herbs. Assume every herbal supplement will interact with your medication until proven otherwise. Your pharmacist is your best resource here. They have databases that can check for these interactions in seconds. Never start an herbal supplement without clearing it with your doctor and pharmacist first. By now, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, maybe even a bit angry. You might be looking at that row of bottles on your counter and wondering what to do next. This is the most important part of our conversation. This is where we turn information into action. How to talk to your doctor and read a supplement label. Your next doctor's appointment is your opportunity to become the CEO of your own health. But to do that, you need to be prepared. The brown bag method. The single most effective thing you can do is what's called a brown bag review. You literally put every single pill you take into a bag and bring it to your appointment. Don't just bring a list. Bring the actual bottles, your prescription medications, your over-the-counter pills, aspirin, allergy meds, etc., your multivitamins, your individual supplements, vitamin D, calcium, etc., your herbal formulas, any powders, oils, or tinctures, everything. This allows your doctor or pharmacist to see the exact forms and dosages you're taking, and spot dangerous combinations you would never notice on your own. Questions to ask your doctor. Once you have the bag on their desk, here are the 5 key questions to ask. 1. Looking at all of this together, do you see any potential for dangerous interactions? 2. Based on my specific health conditions and age, do I still need to be taking all of these? 3. Could we check my blood levels for things like vitamin D, B12, and iron to see if I'm actually deficient before I supplement? 4. Is this dose appropriate for me, or could I take less? 5. Is there a lifestyle or food-based approach we could try first before using this pill? How to read a supplement label like an expert. Turn one of your bottles around right now. Let's decode that supplement facts panel together. Serving size. This is the most overlooked part. The numbers on the label apply to the serving size, which might be 1 capsule or it might be 4 capsules. If you take 1 but the serving size is 4, you're only getting a quarter of the dose listed. If you take 4, you're getting the full and perhaps dangerously high dose. Amount per serving. This tells you how much of the nutrient is in each serving. Pay attention to the units: mg milligrams, mcg micrograms, and IU international units. They are not interchangeable. Percent daily value, percent DV. This is a tricky one. The percent DV is based on the needs of a healthy adult on a 2,000-calorie diet. It is not tailored for a senior, who may have very different needs and a lower tolerance. A supplement with 5,000% DV of a vitamin is a major red flag. Third-party seals, the stamp of trust. The FDA does not regulate supplements for safety and efficacy before they hit the market. It's like the Wild West. However, some manufacturers voluntarily submit their products for testing by independent organizations. Look for these seals on the label. They don't guarantee the product is safe for you, but they do guarantee that the bottle contains what it says it contains and is not contaminated. Look for USB, U.S. Pharmacopoeia, NSF International, Consumer Lab. So now that we've talked about what to take away, you might be asking, what should we do instead? It's a great question. Because the truth is, your body wasn't designed to run on a collection of isolated chemical pills. It was built to thrive on real food, whole, natural, nutrient-rich food that your brain recognizes, absorbs, and uses in just the right amounts, in perfect synergy. Let us tell you about one more patient, Mrs. Rose Gable. She's 73, a retired school principal from Arizona. When we first met her, she pulled out a drawer full of supplements. It had everything: vitamin D for bones, E for heart, B-complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, a multivitamin, and a few others for brain support. "We're doing everything right," she said proudly, but she was feeling dizzy in the mornings. Her balance was off. Her blood pressure kept climbing. Something wasn't adding up. So we did something radical. We cleared the clutter. One by one, under our supervision, we took away the pills and replaced them with food. No magic diet, no fancy program. Just simple, whole foods at the right time in the right combinations. Within just a few weeks, the change was remarkable. Her dizziness faded, her blood pressure stabilized, her energy returned. And she told us her mind felt clearer than it had in years. The Mind Diet Made Simple, Mrs. Gable's new lifestyle is a perfect example of the principles behind diets proven to support brain health, like the Mind Diet. It sounds complicated, but it's incredibly simple. It's about eating more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. Eat more of these, the brain healthy 10. 1. Leafy greens, kale, spinach, at least one serving a day. 2. They are packed with folate, vitamin K, and antioxidants. 3. Other vegetables. Try to get a rainbow of colors on your plate every day. 4. Berries, especially blueberries, at least twice a week. 5. They fight inflammation in the brain. 6. Nuts, walnuts, almonds, a small handful most days. 7. Great source of healthy fats and vitamin E, the safe kind. 8. Olive oil, use it as your main cooking oil. 9. Whole grains, oats, brown rice, quinoa, for stable blood sugar and energy. 10. Fish, especially salmon, sardines, once a week for those precious omega-3 fats. 11. Beans and legumes, a great source of fiber and B vitamins. 12. Poultry, chicken, turkey, lean protein for muscle and brain health. 13. Water, your brain is 75% water. Dehydration can cause confusion, brain fog, and dizziness. Aim for 6-8 glasses a day. Eat less of these. Red meat, butter and margarine, cheese limited, pastries and sweets, fried and fast food. You don't just have to eat these foods. You can be healing your brain with every single bite. We've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about strokes, brain bleeds, nerve damage, and false brain tumors. It's heavy stuff. But our goal was not to leave you feeling scared. Our goal was to leave you feeling aware. At this stage in life, every choice you make about your health matters more than ever before. And the simple, powerful truth is this: it's not the pills you take, but what you understand about them, that truly protects you. Your body at 60, 70, or 80 doesn't process supplements the same way it did decades ago. Your margin for error is smaller. Even well-meaning habits like taking a daily vitamin can quietly backfire if you're not careful. That's why awareness is your most powerful medicine. It's your sharpest tool. You don't need to fear vitamins, but you do need to respect them. Respect the dose. More is not better. Respect the source. Food first always. Respect your body. Listen to its whispers before they become screams. Respect your doctor and pharmacist. Use their expertise. They are on your team. If any part of this conversation spoke to you today, we want you to make a promise to yourself. Not a promise to throw everything in the trash, but a promise to get curious. A promise to become the detective of your own health. What's one change you'll make, starting tomorrow? Will you turn over your bottles and read the labels? Will you put everything in a brown bag for your next doctor's visit? Will you add a handful of spinach or blueberries to your breakfast? Start there. Start with one small, manageable step. That's how real, lasting change happens. You are not alone on this journey. You have spent a lifetime gathering wisdom, and now you have gathered a little more. You are never too old to take back control of your health. Your future is not written in stone. It is written in the choices you make today. Make wise ones. We truly hope this conversation has empowered you. If you found this information valuable, giving this video a like, help spread the word to other seniors who need to hear it. Please share this video with a friend, a family member, or anyone you care about. A simple share could make a world of difference in someone's health and safety. And finally, if you want to continue learning how to take control of your health with clear, honest information, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for taking this time for your health, and we'll see you in the next video.